All right, on my bench I have a box. And in this beautiful box by Whitmer Public Safety Group Incorporated is, of course, a load of Magpul PMags. These are the Gen M2s. They do have the window in them, and there's 10 of them in here. So now PMags are readily available at either your online or local retailer. Well, actually, that's not the case at all. I ordered these back on January 6th, and it's basically taken them 4 months to get here. And so right now, they're just getting to the point where they're filling back orders from late last year, early this year. So if you ordered it later than that, you probably have a longer wait just because they're trying to catch up. But not only that, if you haven't heard, the state of Colorado did pass sweeping gun control legislation. The three main points that I was able to garner from what I've read is that, one, magazine capacities are now restricted to 15 rounds. The second thing is that residents will not have to pay for their background checks if they want to purchase a firearm. And three, speaking of background checks, they've been expanded to encompass more types of sales. I'm not exactly sure what. If there's a resident of Colorado that's familiar with this legislation, I'd appreciate you put a comment in the box or in the comment section below, because the more we know, the better we'll be able to fight this stupidity. Because stupidity is exactly what it is. Magpul, publicly stated that if the state legislature passed any type of banning gun control legislation, any gun control legislation that bans anything, or actually I think any gun control legislation at all, they would pack up their tents and they would move to another state. And I remember reading that the Democratic legislators, pretty much to a man or a woman, said, "Oh no, we're not afraid of that. We don't believe they're going to do that. It's cost way too much money to move a whole company. They're going to stay right here because we're proud of them. We're which I don't, of course they're talking on both sides of their mouth. And it's like, we want to keep Magpul here. We think they're a great company, but no, they're not going to move." Well, guess what, morons? They are doing exactly that. They are in the process right now, as of, I believe it was May 2nd now, 2013. They are packing up their factory, the machinery, and they're moving to another state. I'm not sure where. I know they had at least like 6 or 12 different states that were trying to vie for Magpul to come to their state. I'm guessing probably offering some sort of tax incentives and things of that nature. But that is several hundred jobs going right out the door, right across the border to wherever, probably New Mexico, Arizona, Wyoming, probably, I'm guessing, somewhere out west, because it would make sense for them to stay out in that part of the country. But not only that, several of Magpul's suppliers that are located in the state of Colorado are also moving their facilities and their production. So that's probably several hundred more jobs. So that, it just goes to show you the blatant stupidity of these Democratic legislators in their attempt to make themselves feel better and to push an agenda, because the legislation they passed will do nothing to curb gun deaths. All it does is restrict law-abiding citizens from protecting themselves. That's all it does. Because gun control isn't about preventing crime. It's about control. And it's about controlling the law-abiding public. So for those of you who are still waiting for your PMags, you'll probably have to wait even longer, because the delay in production is going to be at least 30 days, probably longer. But they will get back up and running. Now, the great thing about PMags, if you don't know, yes, they're polymer, but all branches of the U.S. military use them because they are rugged, they're reliable, even in adverse combat conditions. And in fact, you hear about members of the military, instead, if they run out or if they don't have any, they will go out and buy these out in the private market instead of being issued the aluminum ones. That's how much they depend and like these. By the way, these are not for sale. These are going right in my safe, and I'll probably give a couple to my brother, because he lives in the Socialist State Republic of Illinois, and he doesn't live in Chicago, so it is legal for him to own these. I'm not breaking the law or anything like that. But I applaud Magpul and their suppliers for taking a stand, and I would hope that other firearms manufacturers located in other gun control restrictive states like New York, Kimber, for example, in Yonkers, New York, or Colt in Hartford, Connecticut, would follow their example. I know it's expensive. We know what a big pain it is and how difficult it would be to do that. But you know what? You'd be taking a stand, and you'd be making a statement saying, we are not going to stand for this stupidity. We are not going to support, with our tax dollars, a state that restricts the very freedoms that we are trying to promote. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. I know there are several other industries. I had a Facebook post about it that have said publicly that they will do the same thing as Magpul is doing now and their suppliers. So if there's any way you could support Magpul, send them a message. They've got a Facebook page. Like I said, if there's anybody from the state of Colorado that has more information on this, I would greatly appreciate it. But thank you so much for watching, and keep fighting the good fight.